Peace, family. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, family. We back. We are back. St. Karen. I'm doing good, God. How about yourself? Shout out to my Haitian brother in here. Shout out to my Haitian brother in there. Peace, brown girl, Timmy. Shout out to all the family coming in. Absolutely. We're going to get heavy tonight. Get heavy, but not too heavy. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to get in the phase where when we're talking about our lineage, when we're talking about foundational black Americans, we don't want to get in the process of having to explain to people all the time what it means. You know, we're going to have to start telling people to do their own research. It's enough information out there. You dig? So we're going to get heavy, but not too heavy. You know, we're not going to just be breaking it down every live. We keep going back and forth, man, this is what it mean, this what it mean. No, listen, we ain't finna keep explaining. They don't explain to us the meaning behind their lineage. They just say that's their lineage and they leave it at that. You dig? Hey, I received my books yesterday. Appreciate that, God. Thank you for all the love and support, family. Y'all been showing me with the Voice of the Ancestors books, man. We've been selling out left and right. If you haven't gotten your book yet, trust me, we're working day and night trying to get all the orders out. You dig? But we definitely going to make sure you get it. When you get it, you will receive a confirmation number along with a tracking number on your order. You will receive both of those. So we got you, family. I'm going to make sure I get it to you if it ain't the last thing I do. You dig? You know, they is people who keep saying, what is a foundational black American? You know, that's, and want us to keep explaining and arguing about it. I don't say what is an Igbo and then have you go into the history and I go, well, y'all technically not that. That's a Greco-Roman word for this. I don't do all that. You see what I'm saying? People respect their lineage. That's what they want to call themselves. That's what they call themselves. Respect. You dig? You said, will you be doing any type of touring today? What do you mean by touring? Oh, you talking about touring for the book? Yeah, probably when we get out. If you're talking about touring for the book, then yeah, probably for the book I will be doing touring. They say somebody said now we FBA now. We're not African no more. Okay, God. That's what we're going to clear up today. I hope you're not trolling. But, you know, if you got general questions, no problem. We'll answer. You dig? Yeah. I'm going to answer. I'm going to get some people on live at the end. But I want to go and speak my speech real quick. You know, first I want to say peace to the family. I hope all the family, first and foremost, no matter if you agree with FBA or not, I hope that you're investing in the stock market. You're getting your economic game up. You're adding to your assets. You dig? The stock market is at an all-time high. It's probably next week going to pass that 30,000 threshold on the Dow Jones. That's a big threshold. A lot of people making a lot of money in the market, so I always want to encourage the family to invest. You can invest with apps like Stash. I'm not sponsored by Stash or anything like that. Not sponsored by Stockpile or anything like that. I just want you to invest. You can use those apps, Stash, Stockpile, invest on your phone with as little as $5. You see what I'm saying? I want all of y'all to be investing. All of y'all to be investing. You dig? I want all the family to be investing. Absolutely. So make sure that you're investing. Make sure you're encouraging entrepreneurship. Absolutely. But let's get into the topic of the day. Yeah, oh, and before that, I want you all to get armed as well. All of you need to get armed as well. I don't want to, you know, we at war right now. Make sure that you get your gun license. But with that being said, let's talk about FBA. Foundational Black Americans. This is something that has caused a lot of Wait, hold on. Can y'all see me? It's freezing. Damn, as soon as I start talking about FBA, it start freezing. You did? Can everybody see me and hear me? Can everybody see me and hear me? Okay, somebody said yes. Okay, cool. Now, when we're talking about foundational Black Americans over the last few, I would say since its inception, since we started saying FBA, or even some people say ADOS, or American Descendants of Slaves, there's been a lot of pushback from our immigrant brothers and sisters, whether they live and born here, their ancestors might have came from another place, or, you know, just brothers and sisters who are not even in our diaspora right now, the American diaspora, who say that, hey man, y'all being divisive, you being this, you being that. I've seen several videos over the last few weeks that have been very derogatory, that have said a lot of things that are simply not true about foundational black Americans, that have created this illusion in order to bring, let me see how to say this, in order to bring some substance to their argument. They start making up an argument that we never said. Like, y'all say y'all ain't African. We never said that. But that's something in order to try to fuel your argument, because you really have no argument. You try to add some substance that's just not there. You see what I'm saying? That's just not there. So I think the basic question we should start off with is, what is FBA? What is Foundational Black American? What is a Foundational Black American? Now, a Foundational Black American, first and foremost, is a lineage. Lineage, meaning you're born a Foundational Black American, based off the ancestors that came before you. So that right there, if you're not a hating Negro, you should be cool with it at that point. It is not an organization. It is not a membership. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of brothers and sisters, they've been sending me videos of brothers like Tariq Nasheed. Man, look what Tariq said. Look what your leader said. Your leader said this. We don't have no leader. This ain't no organization. This is not an organization. Let's be clear on that. Let's be clear on that. FBA is not an organization. It's not a membership that you go and join. You don't sign up for it. You see what I'm saying? You don't sign up for it, family. It's a lineage. We're just putting a name to our lineage. Okay? And this lineage is made up of 3 groups. Tariq has never said he's not African. Tariq has never said he's not African. I've seen several videos where he says we're African. But people don't push those videos. And in fact, Tariq he coined the term FBA. And if you go on the official FBA, okay, I don't know why the live keep freezing, family. Is it okay? Is the live okay? It keeps freezing. It don't never freeze until tonight. You dig? But in fact, if you go on the official FBA.com, family, you go on the official FBA.com and look at the 3 groups that make up Foundational Black Americans, it clearly says West African, people from West Africa. So we acknowledge that we are African. We acknowledge that we are African. You see what I'm saying? So stop saying we keep saying we're not African. No, that's something that you want to make up in order to continue the division between us. In order to cover your hatred for Foundational Black Americans. Because that's what it is at this point. Because it's on the website. Brothers like myself have said it. Tariq have said it. Other Foundational Americans have said it. Now you have some people who try to say we ain't African. Again, it's a lineage. It ain't a group. So all of us are not going to agree. Just like everybody who is Jamaican don't have the same ideology as other Jamaicans. Just like somebody who is Haitian don't have the same ideology as somebody else who is Haitian. You see what I'm saying? So you have different groups. But it's clear as day on the Foundational Black American website, we say we are African. We say we are African. Okay? And that is made up of 3 groups. Foundational Black Americans 3 group. We represent the original black people who were the original people of this land. That's something that is a fact. We see it on the early civilizations, the Olmecs, the Mayans, the Aztecs. You go down there and you look at those bone and pack murals. Down there during the Mayan civilizations, you see jet black people on the wall with dreadlocks. You see what I'm saying? You study even the scientific evidence. You look at the bones of people like Luzi, Luzia, that sit now in the Brazilian Museum in Brazil. You see what I'm saying? If she was classified as a Negroid, her skeletons date back to as far as 12,000 years old. A lot of people believe she's a member of the Negritos, the small black people of Asia, because we got to understand that when we talk about family, oftentimes they tell us the Indians came over the Bering Strait, but they act like these Indians were the Mongoloid Indians, these Asian Indians that we see today. And we really don't even really see the Mongoloid Indians today. They're very few and far between. Many of the Indians we see today are $5 Indians. Okay? They're very light complected, very blonde hair, very blue eyes. You see what I'm saying? And they have feathers on their head. These are $5 Indians. The Indians that came over the Bering Strait, the Africans, we came in several waves. You had people indigenous people who came from West Africa. You had people who came from what is now Australia, Melanesia, the Polynesian Islands. You see what I'm saying? In certain waves. You had 3 waves: the Bering Strait, the Aborigine who came over, and then you had the West African wave. You see what I'm saying? These are part of the indigenous people. The Negritos, the Aborigine. You see what I'm saying? Many different waves of people that came over. So we'll make up the part of the original black people who were here before the slave trade. We also make up the black people who were here before the slave trade, who came and traded with each other. Remember, in Columbus's journals, he said that, and I'm paraphrasing, he said that when he talked to the natives, they said that black-skinned people had come in trading in gold-tipped spears. Those were his words. Those were the natives' words. Black-skinned people had come trading in gold-tipped spears. We were already back and forth trading with our brothers and sisters over here. So we represent those black explorers and travelers like Pedro Alonso Nino and the Nino brothers who guided Columbus's ship, who had already been here. In fact, it is said that the Nino brothers owned one of the ships that Columbus was guiding. I believe it was the Nina. I believe they owned the Nina. You see what I'm saying? I have to look at my book because we sourced that in my book. So you had the Nino brothers. Juan Gerardo, another black explorer who came and surveyed the Americas. You see what I'm saying? You have other people who founded certain parts of America that we love today. Chicago. Jean-Baptiste du Sable, brother who was of Haitian descent, who came and founded that, but we still consider him a foundation of black Americans because this is before the 1870s. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people explored a lot of places out west. A lot of people. We're in the mythology out west. Places like California, I always talk about this, named after Queen Khalifa, named after a black woman. Family, I'm sorry for the freezing. I don't know why it keeps freezing tonight. But Queen Khalifa, named after a black woman. Right here in the next state, I'm in Georgia right now. In Alabama, you have Tuscaloosa, Alabama, named after Chief Tuscaloosa. Tuscaloosa means black warrior. You dig? So it's obvious. It's obvious, family. And this is light. You have Italian explorers like Giovanni who came and said that, in paraphrase, that these were black-skinned people with short curly hair, not unlike the Ethiopians. Not unlike the Ethiopians. You see what I'm saying? Black-skinned people. So we make up 3 groups. The original black people who were here, the explorers, the black explorers who came back and forth, some of them settled, and we make up the enslaved, many of our enslaved African ancestors who came from West Africa in shackles and chains and helped to build the very foundations of this country. Those are the 3 groups that make up foundational black Americans. So we're clear. So we're clear about our African lineage. Yes, we are African. Yes, we are African. And according to the meaning, I'm not talking about individual people who just they have an agenda. Well, yeah, I'm foundational black American, but I'm indigenous because I ain't talking about them people. I love Brother Tariq, but I disagree with some of the things he says. But that doesn't mean that I'm not part of a lineage, foundational black American. People can disagree and still be a part of the same lineage. Okay? Stop treating our lineage like it's an organization. Well, Tariq said this, so that means you said that. No, I did not say that. It's a lineage. We don't have any spokesperson. We don't have any leaders. You did? He said not unlike the Ethiopians, meaning they're the same as Ethiopians. Meaning they're the same as Ethiopians. That was the Italian explorer Giovanni. You did? That was the Italian. Ethiopian was a code word used for all black people amongst white people. They used Ethiopian. They used the word Ethiopian. Ethiopian is a Greek word that means burnt face. Okay? That means burnt face. So many times in history you will hear these people say these were Ethiopians. We ran across Ethiopians. They're not talking about literally people from Ethiopia. They're talking about burnt skinned people. So understand that was a code word back in the day. Same thing with Moor. They used to use the word Moor. Moor don't necessarily mean they came from the Moors. That just means a code word for black among Europeans. How Europeans would see it when we look at their literature. You see what I'm saying? When you're reading old lines, they would use the word blackamoor. They were Marush. They were black. You dig? They were Ethiopian. So these are code words that they would use. Yeah, these were code words that they would use. So we have to understand that, family. We have to understand that. So we are African. We are African, family. And it is a lineage. And it is a lineage. Now, no one should have a problem with us identifying with a lineage, with our lineage. I don't go to Jamaica and say, y'all need to stop calling yourself Jamaican. You're African. No, you can't say Jamaican. You from Africa. You can't say Jamaican. You did? The same people telling us we're being divisive go in their profile and they got Jamaican flags, they got Haitian flags, they got Kenyan flags. You dig? You got Congolese flags. You got Ghana flags. You're more than proud to represent your lineage, but when we start repping our lineage, it's a problem. And it don't work like that. It don't work like that. So we got all the BS out the way. We got all the BS out the way. We know it's a lineage now. We know it's a lineage. Now, why is it important that we claim our lineage? Let's answer that question. Because a lot of people ask me, why is it important that you claim your lineage? Well, let me answer this question real quick. Somebody said, how do you know if you're FBA? You can know you're FBA by two reasons. The simplest way is to go to the 1870 or the 1900 census. You can go to the 1870 or the 1900 census. The 1870 census was the first census that enslaved Black or African people were able to sign. That was the first census that we were able to sign and participate in. So if you signed that 1870 census, if you can track your lineage, I can track both of my lineages back to the 1870 census. Starkville, Mississippi. You see what I'm saying? In fact, my family owns a lot of land in Starkville, Mississippi. That's the home of Mississippi State University. You see what I'm saying? I could track my lineage directly back to that 1870 census. And on those censuses, it will say that, your grandfather, John McGee, he said that his parents were from South Carolina, born in 1820. You're a foundational Black American. On the 1900 census, it will say something like Native Black. You had these words like Native Black. Because some people didn't sign the 1870 census because a lot of Black people back then just got out of slavery. Some of us couldn't read. Some of us couldn't write. You had white supremacists, didn't want to count our census and things of that nature. So a lot of us 30 years later signed that 1900 census. And it would say things like Native Black American. You see what I'm saying? So you can easily trace that through the 1870 census or the 1900 census. It's not that hard, family. People try to make it like it's this complicated thing. It's not that hard. That's a few generations back, family. That's 2 or 3 generations back. You see what I'm saying? That's few generations back, family. So the 1870s and the 1900 census, that's how you know if you're a foundational Black American. That's the easiest way. That's the easiest way, family. Now, why is this important? Why is it important that we call ourselves foundational Black Americans? Why is it important we call ourselves foundational Black Americans? First is from a knowledge of self standpoint. You see what I'm saying? We have to know thyself. For so long, they have told Black people in America, especially if you're not from anywhere, and other groups of people have even come and co-signed this, you were just a slave. That's what they tell us. You were just a slave. We didn't have no presence in America. We were over in Africa picking bones out our nose and things of that nature. We can't even really claim a lineage going back to Africa. People say claim an African lineage. When some of us were taken from Africa, those countries don't even exist anymore. We don't have any ties. We didn't sign a thing saying, hey man, my name is such and such and I come from here. We were robbed of our name, our culture, our identities. We didn't have any knowledge. And we've been told that we have no lineage. We're just a descendant of slaves. Somewhere in Africa. We don't know where, but somewhere in Africa. So knowledge of self is very important, family. And we have to know our history, to know our ties to this land. And this is our land. We were the first here. You dig? And see, when you understand you're the first here, it creates a warrior mentality because you understand this is your land and you ain't running nowhere. You dig? We stay and fight. We're foundational black Americans. We built this thing. And we can also tear it down as we see fit. We have more rights here than anybody, including the so-called Mongoloid Native American. We have more rights here than anybody. We were the first here. We helped to build civilizations here, and we helped to build the foundations that we know today. Remember, our enslaved ancestors helped to build. We were the first stocks and bonds sold on Wall Street. You did? We were the first stocks and bonds sold on Wall Street. In fact, enslaved Africans built the wall to call it Wall Street. We built it. You see what I'm saying? We laid down those first railroads. We built some of the early Ivy League schools, the Harvards, the Yales. Yale was built on slave money. Harvard's law school was donated to it by a slave owner. You dig? Emory University, a popular university down here in Atlanta, was built by slaves. Was built by my ancestors. I shouldn't say slaves, they're enslaved. Let me put some respect on the ancestors' name. They ain't never been slaves. They were human beings. They're enslaved. You see what I'm saying? We were the most sought after commodity during the 1860s, right before the Civil War. One enslaved person was roughly worth around $1,600. We were a powerful stock and bond. Many of these bankings and insurance companies were backed by enslaved people. So we have to understand that. Oh yes, our lineage is important. You did? There would be no America without black people. So we have to understand that. That's why foundational black American, knowing your lineage and knowing where you fit in that lineage. You dig? Knowing that you fought and you were really controlling Florida at one time, the Black Seminoles. Knowing your history, John Horse, these are your ancestors. You see what I'm saying? These were your ancestors. Knowing that there has never been a single war that foundational black Americans have not fought in. Every war in this country, the Revolutionary War, knowing that you were the first person to die in the name of the United States of America. Crispus Attucks, a foundational black American. You dig? Oh yes, we are the cream of the crop. This is why knowing your history is important, because you have a certain ties to this land. Because see, they hit us with this whole go back to Africa thing. Like we don't have really any rights on this land. You see what I'm saying? They like to hit us with that. Hey man, go back to Africa. No, motherfucker, you go back to Europe. We're the first ones here. We have claiming rights on all of this. Let's be clear. We have claiming rights on all this. You go back to Europe, and really, when we look at it, you can't go back to Europe because the first Europeans were the Grimaldis. See, black people were the original people all over. You dig? And that's why they try to hide our history so much, because there's truly no place they can really go without it being black people first. Like I said, when we understand the wave of African people or black people who came across the Bering Straits, we have to understand that the original inhabitants of Asia were the Negritos. And we have to understand, even when you look at today, there was a discovery made in 2009. They call it Tampaling, the oldest skeleton or the oldest skull found in Asia, found in Indonesia. She was classified as Negroid. You did? She was classified as having sub-Saharan African features. She was a black woman 60,000 years ago. See, we got to get our timetable straight. We got to get our timetable straight. We're the original. This is our land. And that's important. And that's no disrespect to Mother Africa. That's no disrespect. Africa's children went everywhere. And they claimed every land. This is our land too. Stop wanting foundational black Americans to give up our birthright here just to go somewhere else. This is our land. If I own 7 houses, I'm not going to give up one house to go back to the house I was born in. That's my house too. That other house is my house too. You dig? And we become a more powerful nation when we understand this. When Africa knows she has troops everywhere, you got foundational black Americans holding down America, who have birthrights in America, who built America, who are the original people of America. I got Africans, I got black people in the Caribbeans, who are the original Caribbeans. You see what I'm saying? Who built the Caribbeans? Who built South America? You dig? I got the brothers and sisters of Asia who built civilizations in Cambodia like Angkor Wat's. Who built those Indus Valley civilizations that we don't talk enough about. Black people. We got troops everywhere. See, we're not going to relegate ourselves to one place and say, man, y'all need to come back to Africa. Well, we the original people here too. You dig? Absolutely. I'm not again. I'm a foundational black American. We know in origin that we started in Africa. I'm not here to say that. And again, this is why I tell y'all, listen to what I'm saying. I acknowledge I am African. I'm just a foundational black American. The same thing like a Nigerian brother. He's African, but he says, I'm Igbo. You dig? They say, I'm African, but I'm Zulu. I'm African, but I'm Jamaican. I'm African, but I'm Haitian. I'm African, but I'm a foundational black American, and you need to respect that. You need to respect that. I've never heard of an Afro-Jamaican. I never heard of a Afro-Haitian. They just say I'm Haitian. They just know I'm Haitian. You see what I'm saying? Let's be clear. Let's be clear, family. The second reason, though, why it's important. So knowledge of self is important. Let me go down the line. Knowledge of self is important. The second reason why it's important is because we have to identify a particular group of people who have a reparations claim. Because at the end of the day, it's about our bag as well. We're getting what's owed to our ancestors, for the nation we built, for our psychological trauma we have been through, for you robbing us of our lineage that we're now starting to identify again with, being a foundational black American. You did? So it's a reparations claim. We have to be real specific about who reparations belongs to from the United States of America. See, saying give it to black people, that's not good enough. Because some black people just got over here last year. You give them reparations for foundational black American trauma to people who just got here last year? And then we have to understand this with this government. If you start saying, hey, well, we just going to give it to black people, some of them are immigrants, then all immigrants get something. Now you got people who ain't never claimed black getting something. Well, I'm an immigrant. My great Nana, she said she was mulatto. So now everybody gets something. Now you have white people running around with dashikis on. You have Chinese people who make the dashikis. Well, you know, we were over here and we helped the Africans build the railroads. Let us get some reparations since you let immigrants get reparations. So it's a reparations claim as well. A reparations claim as well as foundational black Americans. This is why it's important that we show who we are as a people. I'm not going to deal with this whole it's not a nationality thing, brother. If you want to play the semantics and the word games, go knock yourself out, brother. You dig? Go knock yourself out. Because here come brothers with the more, man. We just Moors. Okay, brother. More power to you. More power to you. But like I said, it's a reparations claim as well. So knowledge of self and reparations claim identifying a particular group who is owed a specific amount of money. You see what I'm saying? And we have to do this. We have to do this. Now that we got out the way, what is a FBA? What is a foundational black American? You say, well, you are. I'm about to talk about Brother Tariq. Now that we talked about what is a foundational black American, why is it important? Let me talk about the Tariq Nasir situation, because that is the thing that's got a lot of people in their feelings. It's got a lot of people in their feelings. And I've received more DMs about Tariq than I've ever remember receiving myself, just about things I had. I've received hundreds of DMs. Hey, man, did you see what Tariq said about him? What you think about that? What you think about this? What you think about that? Going back to point one, FBA is a lineage. In our lineage, people have different ideologies. They have different ideologies, family. They have different ideologies. Brother Tariq does not represent all foundational black Americans, nor has he ever claimed to be. Nor do I. I'm not a foundational black, I am a foundational black American. I'm not the leader of foundational black Americans. Yeah, I like Brother Tariq, and that's what I'm about to talk about. Let's start with this, the Tariq situation. Now, if you don't know, our brother Tariq, probably last week, he roasted a he roasted a brother, a young brother who was supposedly an African immigrant from some nation. He never really admitted to it, but his last name was Martinez. I think he said that was his stage name or something like that. So he was doing a lot of trolling, and Tariq roasted him. Then the other day, another Jamaican brother called in, and he was kind of going off saying derogatory things, and Tariq roasted him. And over since then, a lot of people have gotten in their feelings. A lot of people have gotten in their feelings. And let me say this. When you are on a foundational black American land, because this is our land, as I just explained to you, you are in the land of foundational black Americans. Now is the time to listen. It's not the time to still debate. Just listen, brothers. Brothers and sisters, just listen. Because y'all still in the comment, man, you think that was... Listen. That's part of the problem. You're in the land of foundational black Americans. The first thing you have to understand and respect is our culture. Roasting is a part of our culture. I think some of y'all missed that. Roasting is a part of foundational black American culture. Anybody who has went to a black high school, black middle school, hell, black elementary school, no, we clown on each other. We roast each other. That's a fact. That makes you tough growing up. Because you're going to do one or two things. You either going to crawl and go to yourself, or you going to get your joke game up. And you understand that's a culture. It ain't personal. It ain't personal. And we know it's not personal. Because, and a lot of y'all, I can tell you don't watch Tariq. You saw that one little clip and then you start crying about it. If you go back 5 years and watch Tariq's live, he's always roasting somebody. He's always roasting somebody. That's part of our culture. Tariq roasts foundational black Americans. He roasts African immigrants. He roasts white people, Arab people, Chinese people, Hispanic people. Somebody mad at Tariq every month for him roasting them. That's what he does. Shout out to Brother Tariq. That's part of our culture. That's why many brothers and sisters gravitate towards him. You see what I'm saying? That's why many brothers and sisters gravitate towards him. He's always roasting. Y'all trying to take a little clip from last week. Oh, look what he did to this African immigrant. Now, one, you have to understand that, first of all, the brother that he roasted, I think his name is like Hot Boy Gav or something on Instagram. He was in the comment section trolling and saying a bunch of off-topic things, just trying to get attention. Tariq brought him on and gave him that attention. He roasted him. Hot Boy Gav, while y'all sitting up here crying, man, look what he did to him. He was just on Tariq's live the other night laughing and joking. He didn't take that serious. That brother, I think he was born in New York or something like that. So he understands foundational black American. He understands our culture. Roasting is not a serious thing for us. You roast anybody. Hell, I get roasted harder by my best friends than anybody. People that I fight and die for, I get roasted by. That's part of our culture. That's a form of us breaking the ice with you. We trying to see, is this dude sensitive? Is you in your feelings like that? And I'm going to tell you, if you get in your feelings about it, we roast even harder. Now that we know we can push your buttons, because that's a form of us making each other tough. See, we make each other tough with roasting. You dig? We bring you into light. If you can't handle a little roast, nigga, you ain't no rider. You see what I'm saying? That's a test for us. So I need a lot of y'all to understand it, and maybe some of y'all don't understand that, because I hear a lot of brothers and sisters, y'all talking about, hey man, that reminded me of when I was in high school. They used to roast me. Who else did they roast? We roasted everybody. We didn't just say, hey man, he an African immigrant. We don't even look at people like that. Most times we don't even know many of y'all are from an immigrant background until you tell us. Until you start waving your Jamaican flag or your Haitian flag. We don't even know you from an immigrant background. Because most of y'all don't have accents. You see what I'm saying? Y'all were born and raised in America. Your parents were probably born and raised in America. Your grandmother might have came from the Caribbean or something like that. We don't even know that. But once you bring it up, that's roasting material. Now we're going to start roasting. And that was a light roast, family. Y'all mad about Tariq, what he said about the brother. That was a light roast. He was talking about that brother's swag. His knuckles is ashy. He got disco chandeliers in the background. Because I watched it. I'm like, why are people so mad? This was a light roast. He wasn't talking about his mama. People started making up arguments. Well, he said something about him being dark-skinned and his skin color. He didn't say nothing about that. And even if he did, that's a roast. In the roast, you're supposed to say something that is borderline disrespectful. Now, foundational black Americans, we understand now certain things is off limits. We might not say nothing about your mama or something like that. But you, oh, it's full game on you. We roast. That's how we used to start off our day in high school. Somebody having a bad day, we be on that ass. That's just how it is. We get kicked out of class behind roasting. That's our culture. Respect our culture. Yeah, he was talking about his hairline. He's talking about his hairline. Come on, bro. That's the oldest roast in the book. You gonna start with people's hairline. You gonna get on their shoes, their clothes, they swag, the way they dressing. You see what I'm saying? That's basic roasting, family. That's nothing hardcore. That's part of foundational black American culture. And when you're on our land, foundational black Americans, the land we built, the land our ancestors fought and died for, then you gotta respect the culture. You gotta respect the culture. And see, what a lot of it is this. A lot of you come from immigrant backgrounds, and maybe in your country or with people of your lineage, tribalism is big. See, y'all like to talk about black Americans or foundational black Americans. We divide ourselves. Nigga, you go over to the motherland, it's extra divided. With tribalism beef, I'm talking about old tribe niggas wiping out villages behind tribalism beef. See, over here, we just roast. We like to roast. And I wish more brothers and sisters would roast instead of picking up guns and doing little shit like that. Instead of fighting and stuff like that. So you start taking it personal. Because some of the same people who have never said nothing about Tariq roasting people, when he's roasting foundational hood rats, when he's talking about hood rats and ghetto people in America that are foundational black American, when he's talking about coons, when he's talking about white folks and Chinese folks, you don't ever say anything about him roasting them. But when he starts to talk about your people, Nigerians, oh, brother, oh, brother, you can't say that, brother Tariq, you can't say that. Then you want to get in your feelings about it. No, everybody gets that work when we roasting. You see what I'm saying? Everybody gets that work. Everybody. When we roasting somebody and we saw somebody across the room laughing, hey, boy, what you laughing at? I'm finna get on you. I'm finna get on your shoes now. You see what I'm saying? Everybody gets that work. That's part of tradition. So don't think you can laugh at other people, because I've seen a lot of you, and I've seen some people who are known commenting on Tariq. You were just laughing when he was roasting Umar Johnson. You were laughing then, because that's really not your lineage. You don't really associate with him. You see what I'm saying? Y'all don't really associate with him. So when he's roasting Umar Johnson, it's, oh shit, yeah. What that school at, Umar? All y'all laughing and ha-ha and kikiing. But then when he get on Obike, oh, Lord, that reminded me of my childhood. Then you start getting in your feelings. No, everybody gets that work when we're roasting. You dig? Everybody gets that work. And on Foundational Black Americans, we're going to give it to you. Plain and simple. Plain and simple, family. So that's part of our culture. The second thing, Pan-Africanism. This is a topic that always comes up when we're talking about foundational black Americans. People love to talk about and throw Pan-Africanism in our face. Family, Pan-Africanism is an ideology. It's an ideology. Do y'all not understand that? It's an ideology. It's not a lineage. Foundational black American is a lineage. I can be of a foundational black American lineage and be a Pan-Africanist. Just like you can be of a Jamaican lineage, just like you can be of a Haitian lineage. Marcus Garvey was of a Jamaican lineage, but he was a Pan-Africanist, ideology-wise. That's what he believed. I support all my brothers and sisters. In the Caribbean, y'all are fighting for reparations. Trying to get reparations from the queens of England and things of that nature. I support that 100%. If we weren't Pan-Africanists, we wouldn't let you over here. We would go out our way to keep you from getting over here. You dig? That's an ideology. Stop mixing ideology, acting like it got to be one or the other. Well, if you're going to claim foundational black American, you can't be a Pan-Africanist. That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. How does me claiming my lineage mean that I'm somehow against other African people? That don't even make sense. But that's what a lot of you keep saying. We got to be Pan-Africanists. We got to be Pan-Africanists. And that leads me to my next point. We have to stop. You want to take, everybody brings up Marcus Garvey. You have to stop taking 1920 leaders and trying to push it on 2020 leaders. We are 100 years later, family. Leaders are not going to look the same as they did back in the 1920s. See, a lot of us, we're in love, we romanticize just phrases. Man, Pan-Africanism, man, you need to be Pan-African. Y'all need to be like Garvey. Garvey said, we honor the ancestors, we support Garvey, but understand the movement will look a little different 100 years later. You see what I'm saying, family? The movement's going to look a little different 100 years later. We have to understand that. You want a 1920 movement in 2020. The movement looks different now. Face it. Yeah, Tariq always roasting people. Like I said, that's non-negotiable. I can go back and show you clips from 5 years ago with Tariq roasting people on Ustream when he wasn't even on YouTube. He was on Ustream roasting people. Like, it's a roast. Get out your feelings, man. And all you gonna do is make a foundational black American like Tariq go even harder. All he's gonna do is go harder. Because again, part of our culture is when we see you in your feelings, oh, I'm finna get his ass for real now. He said, well, oh, they crying about it, I'm finna really get him. You did? The best thing you to do is just laugh about it and move on. Because that's showing weakness. It's nothing more than love and getting under somebody's skin. From just words, all we doing is joking on you, roasting on you. You did? Absolutely. But a lot of y'all want a 1920s movement in 2020, and it's not going to work, family. It's not going to work. A lot of Pan-Africanists, you claim to be a Pan-Africanist, but you sitting up here saying there's no such thing as foundational black America. You're calling foundational black Americans coon for wanting to say they're foundational black Americans. You're not a Pan-Africanist then. See, a lot of you don't even take your own medicine. You don't even believe what you're saying. You want control. You want the movement to look how you want it to look. That's not going to work. That's why I don't push unity. I push being on code. I don't care what you call yourself. I disagree with a lot of people. It's people of my lineage that are foundational black Americans that say we never came from Africa. None of us were slaves. That said the slave trade didn't exist. I disagree with that without question. I don't believe that, but I'm on code. That's still my brother. He's still of my same lineage. I still respect him. And move on. I'm going to still look out for him. You see what I'm saying, family? A lot of y'all, you want Pan-Africanists to look a certain way. Only certain groups, we can't say we got a lineage. Man, you being divisive. Stop. Stop, family. And last but not least, the last point I want to make before I open up the phone lines. Before I open up Instagram Live real quick to get some people to chime in. Everybody, myself, Brother Tariq, Umar Johnson, Dr. Boyce Watkins, 19 Keys, Brother Ben X, Reza Islam, people that have influence. Everybody educates different. Everybody educates different. I saw some people who, when he was getting on a Jamaican dude, who was very disrespectful, by the way, before he came on. When he was getting on him, people said, well, Tariq, look at all these hidden colors he got. Haiti, 1804 documentaries he got. And he on this brother like this. He needs to educate him. He wrong for not educating him. Everybody educates different, family. Some people will educate you while they're roasting you. That's a tough education. See, education, y'all think we supposed to sit down with every Negro and, hey, brother, after you didn't just disrespected my whole lineage, and we supposed to sit down and have a discussion with you. No, I'm going to give you some street education. I'm going to roast you and look and make you see how stupid you sound. Education comes in different forms. Y'all want people to educate people in a peaceful and calm way. They got to allow people to disrespect them. They got to allow people to call them out their name, and they got to sit there. And the moment they get and start roasting, oh, that nigga ain't shit. Look, he an agent. He an agent. Look how he was talking about that man. No, everybody educates different. You got street educators. Some people educate you physically. They don't say nothing. You find out they don't like what you said when they hit you. That's a form of education. You learn not to do that again. I bet you them two brothers that Tariq roasted, I bet you they don't keep trolling like they used to. Because now they know, hey man, if I troll, Tariq gonna tell me to get on live. He gonna call me out. So education is different forms. Some of our brothers and sisters, they educate like Brother Ben X. Brother Ben X is a very calm, cool, and collective brother. He says what he gonna say, and then boom, he don't really do too much or arguing and back and forth. He'll sit down and talk to anybody. Tariq roast people. I'm gonna educate you in hard knocks. That's a form of education, family. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So everybody educates different. Now let me get some people who, you know, maybe you have some questions, you don't agree with what I'm saying. Let me get y'all on live, family. Let me get y'all on live. So if you want to go live, let me know. If you want to go live, let me know. Let me put in my headphones. And let me say before we get on live, come on with respect. Come on with respect. Don't come on with disrespect. If you come on with disrespect, Matumbo. I'm going to turn into Matumbo and you will be blocked. You dig? You will be blocked. And disrespect is not because you disagree, but it's the energy. We're big on energy over here. You dig? So anybody who wants to go live, or if you don't even want to go live, you got a question and you want to put the question in the chat room. Put the question in the chat room. You dig? Put the question in the chat room. Put the question. Let me know who wants to go live. If you know what I'm saying, you disagree, you have some pushback about it, let me know. Let's go on live. Let's just be respectful. You said peace, bro. Do you use your last name when you go on the census? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Who gave you your first piece of knowledge? Honestly, if I'm being honest, my first knowledge and wisdom on a deep level would probably be Hidden Colors. It'll probably be Hidden Colors. That was back in 2014, I think, when I first saw it. When I first saw it, you did. So probably Hidden Colors. So Tariq put me on, and then Hidden Colors, you know, it has a bunch of different authors. Okay, let me. Okay. Peace, God. Let me put somebody in real quick. Let me put somebody in. Peace, God. Can you hear me, brother? Can you hear me, brother? I don't hear you. You ain't saying that. Okay. All right. Okay. I didn't. Okay. Brother didn't say anything. Brother didn't say anything. Brother just got on there and was. Come on, brother. You gotta, brother. We gotta speak now. I mean, you dig? See, I don't do no roasting. I don't do no roasting. That's just not me. You dig? I don't do no roasting because I would never stop. The petty gods would just come on down. And I think I know that brother. I think that's a brother I spoke to. I think I spoke to that brother before. You dig? So let me go live with another brother, because let me go live with another brother. Who is this just requested? Okay. Like I say, it's just about being respectful, because I don't want to get lost, because I want to talk to people who got general questions. If you got general questions. Peace, God.
Peace. How you doing, bro?
Peace, brother. How you doing? Where you calling from?
ATL, man.
Okay. Shit, you at ATL with me. Okay,
Yes,
talk
sir.
to me, brother. Do you agree with foundational Black Americans? Do you disagree, or
Well,
talk to me?
I actually saw your earlier video, and I was
Right,
like, that was a real great way of laying it out. You know what
right,
I
right,
mean? You
right.
clearly laid it out, and you said it respectfully. And I think the big problem that most people had when I saw the comments when Tariq Nasheed did his thing in that video was the fact that, like, he was so, I guess you say, it's in the culture, right? The roasting
Right,
culture,
right.
right? So, and I'm like, if he didn't, and if he came in a different way, I don't think a lot of people would have had problems with it. You know what I
What
mean?
what what do you mean by if he came in a different way? Like,
Like he was talking about his hairline, this, and that, the other, and it's like, but then again, I didn't see the whole video, so I guess
right,
I don't
right,
have, yeah, I can't have that much input in it. But
right,
from the snippet that I saw, it just seemed like he said my parents came from World War II, that period, and he kept
right,
saying, "Oh, what part of Senegal you from? What part
right.
is your father from Ghana or something like that, right?" And I'm
Hmm.
like, why would he say it? You know what I mean?
I mean,
He's
that's
clearly
brother.
saying.
That are you a foundational Black American?
No, I was born in the continent. I'm Ethiopian.
Okay, are you Ethiopian? Okay. Well, over here, respectfully, over here, roasting you say disrespect. That's the whole point. That's our whole point. We
Right,
want to
right.
say disrespectful things. And
Mm-hmm.
see, roasting really low key goes back to the plantation for us. Because see, on the plantation, you couldn't go off on master or he might kill you. So you building toughness. You have to learn to hold your tongue sometime, or you have to learn to let that out on each other. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So we did a lot of roasting over here, and that's part of roasting. It's nothing personal. You see what I'm saying? The only thing that's really off limits in roasting is talking about somebody's mom, or if somebody has an illness in your family. We don't talk about that, but that was a light roast. Like I said, over here, if he went to a high school, he would get roasted worse than that. That was a light roast. You see what I'm saying? He was talking about his swag mainly. He had ashy knuckles, and his
Yeah.
hairline was crooked and stuff like that. Stuff you can fix. Go to a good barber, put some lotion on your hands, main stuff like that. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, brother? So that wasn't a lot of people who are not familiar with that roasting culture that we have as foundational Black Americans. They take that personal. And I can say for a fact, if you check out Tariq's older videos, he roasts white people, he roasts Arab people, Hispanic people, he roasts everybody. So he just happened to be the person that he roasted that night. And he was actually trolling in the chat room himself. So when he called him
Oh,
up, right, when he called him up, he was saying a little derogatory, a little slick stuff. So when he called him up, he roasted him. So that is what it is. It's
right.
like I say, it's nothing personal. He talks about American hood rats and how they ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
Tariq
that's
talks
different.
about everybody.
That's different because the way I saw it, and I'm sure a lot of other brothers in the RBG,
Right,
community
right,
saw it. They didn't see it from that perspective. We saw it from like, hey, why is this brother being disrespectful? And he's responsible for information like hidden colors and saying we're African, this, that, and the other, and then tries to roast another dude, whether he's continental or whether he's FBA. You know what I mean?
right, right, right,
So either way, it just seems like a contradiction when he's about empowering and developing connections with each other. If he's behaving that way, and this is a grown man, you know what I mean?
right, right.
So yeah, that's why it seemed that way to a lot of people. And
Right. And like I
you
say,
know,
we have to be clear because I've heard a lot of people try to say that with me. If I say something about say a brother who's from Jamaica that is cooning, he's straight cooning. Like
mm-hmm.
when I get on Candace Owens is somebody who has Caribbean backgrounds, and she comes over here and says all type of derogatory things about Black people in general. And I get on her and they say,
Mm-hmm.
"Well, man, you mentioned in your book that you like the Caribbeans and you talk about the Haitian Revolution. How can you talk about those things? One, if we all African like y'all say we are, it shouldn't be no problem. All if
Right,
we sharing cultures, it shouldn't be no problem. That shouldn't
right,
be a point where I'm gonna bring up, well, why you were talking, you were claiming African civilizations. Well, you said we all African, so why can't we claim any? You see what I'm saying?
right, right.
Just
Yeah.
like other people come here and you indulge in our economic resources that we've helped to build in foundational Black American in our land. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We can
Yeah.
claim the civilizations and things of that nature. And also, again, roasting is roasting. It's not personal. That same
Yeah.
brother that he called, I don't know if you saw his live the other night. That brother called back again the next night, and they were laughing and chopping it up. That brother's from New York, so he understands the culture. He was laughing and playing and chopping it up. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
So it
He
sounds
didn't
like a
take that
misunderstanding
personal.
then.
Say again.
It sounds like a misunderstanding then
It wasn't a
because
misunderstanding. It's people from the outside.
yeah, yeah, from the outside they
The
misunderstand
brother,
and
yeah, the
yeah.
brother who he was roasting, he wasn't even mad about it. He called in the next night and got roasted again and was just on there laughing and playing. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
So it's people from the outside who come in. A lot of people just don't like Tariq because the form of his education. He educates in a very raw way. You see what I'm saying? It's not pretty. It's not scholarship wise. He gonna say what's on his mind. He gonna say it on a raw level where a lot of people can't handle that. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So they get mad. But that's all it is, brother. It's simply roasting. Everybody gets roasted. I've been roasted as a foundational Black American.
Yeah, I
Roasted on my
believe it too.
shoes. Roast exactly. It's
Yeah,
nothing.
but yeah, I mean, it's from like I said again, from the perspective, it seems like that's the first time he met him. He didn't say nothing, but just trying to like he's 18, I believe. Isn't that what he
He's
said?
a
He's
man.
18. Yeah,
He's
he's
a
a man,
man.
but
He's a
he's young.
man.
He's young, consciously. You know what I mean? It sounds like he's trying to get into it, trying to develop and grow. You know what I mean? At that age, at 18, you know what I mean?
Right, right,
So
right.
that's why it looked like, man, why would you do this? You know what I mean? That's
And
from their perspective. You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
From my
right.
perspective too, I felt some type of way too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you laid it out earlier in your previous one, I was like, okay, that's
Right,
different. That's why I wanted to go live. You know what I mean? That's why
right,
I made
right.
sure to catch your live. So
Right, right.
but
It's just, like I say, that's why we're putting the emphasis that goes back to why we're talking about being a foundational Black American. We have to put an emphasis on our culture. So you understand the culture. You
right.
see what I'm saying? Roasting is not personal. It's never
Yeah, I know.
personal. That's
Yeah.
a form people, because like people say, you ain't never met this dude. That's how we introduced each other. Oh, I'm finna get on your ass real. So that's the mentality that I'm coming with. You
Right,
know what
right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a roast. And now that I see that you can joke, you can have fun, you can laugh, you're not an uptight person.
Yeah,
Because I've
comfortable.
seen people where I roasted them in high school, and they be wanting to fight. Okay, this nigga too sensitive. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I
Mm-hmm.
know I can't rock with you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because you
yeah.
can't even take a joke. So that's what it is. That's a form of introduction for us.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's the main thing, brother. But you know what I'm saying? Let me get somebody else on here real quick. I appreciate your call, brother.
Likewise, brother.
Peace and Black Power, man.
All right, peace.
All right, let me get somebody else on here. Let me get somebody else on here. Let me get somebody else real quick. Yeah, that's just a part of our culture. Yeah, the young brother was trolling. He was trolling, and Tariq said, "No problem. You want to troll? I'm just gonna roast you because that's what we do to trolls. We roast them. People acting like Tariq said he was gonna kill him. Ah man, Tariq threatened him. Tariq didn't say that. That was a roast. But see, like I say, for a lot of people of immigrant background, that touched the nerve. That touched the nerve for them because that reminded them how they used to be getting flamed in school. That reminded them how they used to be getting flamed in school. And instead of understanding and embracing the culture and understanding that it wasn't personal, they got mad and started getting in their little groups and thought, these Akadas. These Akadas ain't shit. My mama told me I'm better than these Akadas. They were just slaves. You see what I'm saying? They start developing this hatred instead of just accepting the culture, participate in the culture. Start roasting yourself. Shit, one of my homeboys, man, that nigga was an expert roaster. He was from Sierra Leone. You did? Embrace the culture. Embrace the culture. Let me get somebody else live. Let me get somebody else live. Okay. Let me get my brother White Flame. See what my brother White Flame got to say. Get my brother White Flame real quick. I'm gonna try to keep this one short. Peace, God.
Look, bro, what up, man?
What's up with you, G? How you living?
Well, I'm all good, man. You well?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. What you think about the whole Foundation of Black American, man? What's your point on it? What you think about it?
Man, bro, like, I look at it like this now. Everybody in this chat see how light I am, right?
Right, 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 right.
Man, look, bro, motherfuckers been getting heat for years, bro.
Come on,
Like
man.
motherfuckers
Folks
need to
don't
stop,
know.
bro. Bro, I'm 41, right? Now,
Right, right,
I go down to the Bahamas. This is like in 98.
right,
Bro, I'm trying to find some weed for like down there a whole week. I'm in the Bahamas for 2 fucking weeks.
right,
Bro,
right,
the
right,
niggas on the jet skis, bro, they wouldn't fuck with me.
right.
So one day, this nigga named Nolan, he
Mm.
motherfucking come. He like, man, bro. He like, man, I don't think you the police and shit. So like, we go up in the motherfucking like if you was 18, you can go inside. You could go gamble. So now, like, bro, we go in the casino. Like these niggas just kept looking at me, kept looking at me. I'm like, bro, he like, man, they think you, they calling you Whitey. I'm what? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, bro, I got 3 brothers, bro. All them niggas your color, fool. Bro, I used to get heat all my life from them. You know
Right.
what I'm
That's
saying? Like,
part
them
of our
motherfuckers, they
culture.
want to
That's
call it
part of
no
our
pussy
culture,
shit,
bro.
bro. Nobody
That's
want to hear that pussy shit.
right. And if we find out you getting mad, we getting under your skin, we gonna go
Oh,
even
we on you.
harder. That's what folks
We
don't
on your
understand.
ass.
Cause they talking
Oh,
about with
nigga,
Tariq,
I
they
get
like,
more
oh look,
racism. Boy, I get more racism than racism from my own, like a motherfucker.
bro,
Bro,
we
come
light
on,
into
bro.
you, bro. That's just part of the culture, man. That's just
Part of the
part of the
culture.
culture. And anybody who grew up in a black community, you went to black schools, you know that. And that ain't nothing that's personal. You see what I'm
So I
saying?
ain't take it personal, right? So
Right.
now, bro, they kept looking at, I'm like, man, fuck this, bro. I'm about to walk up on these niggas and show them this shit real, bro. Like,
Yeah.
man, took that smile right off their face.
Right. So you
Right,
gotta light
man.
into them, bro.
Like my
But like
aunt
I
used to
say, a
tell
lot
me,
of
like, man, they call y'all bunking Joes and Yankees and shit down here. I'm like, well, fuck them
right.
then.
Yeah, right. And we understand that. We don't take it personal. We
Man.
don't take it personal, bro. Like I say, that's just what it is, man, at the end of the day. But brother, let me get somebody else on. We got people lined up real quick. Appreciate you calling in, brother.
All right, bro.
Yeah, man. Like I say, man, you talk to any foundational black American, they gonna tell you that's roasting. They gonna tell you that's roasting. Yeah, and they roast, and that's another thing too. Like my brother White Flame brought up down there in Jamaica, people roast all over. They roast us down there in Jamaica. They roast us over in the Caribbean islands and over in South America and Africa. They roast us. They have little names for us. They try to act like roasting is new to them. No, you just mad that we on you and your people right now. See, we one of the people, we don't discriminate when it comes to roasting. We roast white folks. We roast Indians. We roast the Jews. We roast everybody. You see what I'm saying? That's part of our culture. That's part of our culture. Appreciate that, God. Man, make sure you go get Voice of the Ancestors Volume 1 and 2. Make sure you go get my books, Voice of the Ancestors Volume 1 and 2. Because that's where we go deep on the knowledge, wisdom, and information. Let me get anybody else want to go live? Yeah. Yeah, we've been doing that, dude. We've been doing that. We've been lighting into each other since the plantation. You did? Because I know, family, if you can't take a joke, how can I trust you with some serious shit? You serious about a joke. You know what I'm saying? Even the dude, like I say, even the dude who called in, I think his name was like Hot Boy Gav, he wasn't even taking that serious. He wasn't even taking that serious, family. Let me get somebody else though. Let me get somebody else. Let me get this queen real quick. Let me get this queen real quick on here.
What's up?
Peace, God. Peace. How you doing?
I'm doing good in yourself.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
All right. Well, my whole take on this, and like,
Cause you.
all right, because I'm coming into black. Huh? Of course.
Okay, you
I'm
got a
coming.
little echo. You got a little echo.
Oh, I do. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
You got some? Do you have some headphones?
Uh,
Cause I hear my words when we trying to talk.
let's see. It's probably because I'm close. Hold on.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I have to grab my headphones. Hold on one
Okay.
second. All right. Let's see, because they're Bluetooth. So give me a second. All right. I had to put my bonnet on for this.
Right. Talk to me. Right. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you good. But I still hear that echo. But go ahead.
Oh, for real? All
Yeah.
right.
Just go ahead.
Okay. My whole perspective of the thing, because I also have Caribbean blood in me. Okay. I have Bahamian blood. I'm Seminole, Cherokee, Creek, African American, and Bahamian. I remember being 7 years old when we went over to the Bahamas, one part of the island where it was a funeral and a wedding going on at the same time, and one of my great aunts or cousins or whatever sent me and my sister to the store, like to go get ice. You know what she called? She was like, "Oh no, send the Yanks, send the American girls. They don't know
Mm,
nothing about hard
mm.
work." So we was like, all right, whatever. But like like you said, roasting that's a part of roasting. We ain't take it personal like that. Cause we know, like, all right, we from America, y'all from the island, y'all live in this beautiful little jungle, whatever, island type shit. We ain't take that personal. But when I watched that first live, you get me? And homeboy, like you said, homeboy wasn't even serious. He was laughing the whole time. And it's disrespectful when other countries, like other people from other places, come here and disrespect us, because we opened the doors for y'all. We were fighting
Right.
civil rights way before y'all got here. It started in the 40s and 50s. My grandfather was in World War II, okay, being half black and half white, okay, getting pissed on in the trenches. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
Americans brought y'all over here after they destroyed Tulsa, Oklahoma, Chicago, LA, Detroit, Atlanta, and many other black communities that were thriving more than them. They was like, oh, well, we need to stop these niggers from progressing.
Mm-hmm.
Segregation, we're not giving them this, but they're still thriving even after slavery.
Mm-hmm.
So they tried to diminish us in any way possible. That's when they opened up the borders. And then you got other people coming from other places. Oh, Africans. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I love my African heritage. I will never diminish that. But you got a lot of them coming over here talking about Americans, black Americans, as if we're lazy, we're this, we're that. We're not. We're not. We have a systematic racism here
All right.
that stops us and hinder us, a lot of us who are conscious and open-minded of what they have done to us. They don't let the conscious, non-slave minded people elevate. They let the idiots elevate. It shows in our music. It shows even in our talk shows. It
Mm-hmm.
shows even in our television shows. Come on now, I'm an 80s baby. I remember when A Different World came out and it was showing a whole bunch of black people going to black colleges and all this and the third. And that was a huge surge for black kids and black people going to college.
Mm-hmm.
They stopped that. What we got now? Love and hip hop, the real world, and stuff like that. Everything to diminish us.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like, they don't understand, like, y'all come here, y'all get ahead to undermine us.
And let's say too, because the echo's so heavy on your end.
I'm sorry.
Not all. We
Yeah,
talking
no, not
about
all.
the coon class. You did.
I'm
We
sorry.
talk. Let me end it. Let me end it. I appreciate your comments because the echo is so heavy.
Okay.
Okay, but appreciate you, Quinn. I agree with what you say. Okay, yeah, the echo was heavy on that. The echo was heavy on that. And let me say, the Queen brought up some excellent points. And I saw a lot of people who already, again, family. We ain't, if you a rider, we ain't talking about you. If you a rider, we ain't talking about you. We talking about the coon class. And see, the problem is, and this goes to show you, y'all are so invested in your lineage that whenever we call out a coon who happens to be Jamaican, then you start thinking we talking about all Jamaicans. Man, she must not know about Queen Nanny of the Maroons. She must not know about Marcus Garvey. When did we say that? We talking about this coon. We ain't talking about Queen Nanny. I got the most love and utmost respect for Queen Nanny. We ain't talking about them. We ain't talk. If you're a rider, we ain't talking about you. Much love and respect to you. You see what I'm saying? We talking about the coon class. See, the problem is a lot of y'all, when we're on your coons, you start taking it personal. Well, all Jamaicans ain't. We never said all Jamaicans. You see what I'm saying? We're not saying all Jamaicans. We talking about the coon class. We talking about the coon class. And if you don't check your coons, we will. We're going to check them. They're going to get checked. So if they step out of pocket, talking disrespectful to foundational Black Americans, oh, they're going to get checked. And we're going to acknowledge that this Negro is from Jamaica. This coon is from Jamaica. We're going to acknowledge that. That doesn't mean we're talking about all Jamaicans. You see what I'm saying? But we're going to acknowledge that the days of disrespect. See, we got this thing every time we have a coon who's an immigrant from a foreign background wants to disrespect us. Then we got to be Pan-Africanist. Pan-Africanist means you can't say nothing about him and where he from. No. He's saying something about me and my lineage. So now we finna get on you. The fact that you're over here disrespecting us. You dig? Plain and simple. Plain and simple. We check our coons. Absolutely. We check our coons. We start going in on coons' whole family. You see what I'm saying? But we can't start putting Pan-Africanism over respect. Respect comes before Pan-Africanism, family. Let's be clear on that. Respect comes before Pan-Africanism. Let me get somebody else in. Let me get my brother Big Man Gary, because he's been waiting a while. Let me get my brother Big Man Gary. He's been waiting a while. Shout out to Big Man Gary. Peace, God.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Good, brother. I see you recline back in your chair like an OG. Talk to me,
Yeah,
man.
I'm reclined back, man. I met Tariq a couple of times. I don't know him personally, but me and my wife met her. This is my queen right here.
Peace, Queen. Peace, peace, peace.
Yeah, man. I'm FBA. She's from the Bahamas, but she agree with
Much respect.
she agree, and you know, a lot of people, they play dumb. They know what they're doing and what they're saying. You know what I mean? They know they're being disrespectful and stuff like that. If it
Right,
weren't for
right,
FBA, a lot of these Africans and these Caribbeans, they wouldn't even be over here.
right,
Okay, just show a little respect when you come over here, and we fight for reparations. What you should do is this: try to support us, right?
right, right,
I don't know the name of that movement that they have in the Caribbean where they're trying to get reparations. It's
right. What's it called, man? I couldn't think of it. Is it CARICOM or something like that?
something of that nature, but we
Yeah.
don't get involved in that, and they don't include us in that.
Right, right.
So they stay out our business and whatnot. But anyway, brother, I support everything you do, man. I'm gonna order both of your books. I got all the hidden colors and stuff like that, so I'm gonna
Appreciate that, God.
order the books for my kids. See my little son back there?
Peace, God. Yeah, I see you. Got the young king in the back.
Yeah, that's it. Man. But I support everything you do, man. I think you're a wise young dude, man. Here it is. I'm
Appreciate
50
that.
people following you, man. So
Appreciate
look
that,
what
man.
you're doing. All right, my
Absolutely.
brother. So
All right, peace, God.
all right.
Yeah, like I say, like the brother said, man, brothers play dumb. Y'all are trying to play dumb. You know what we're talking about. Listen, you know about respect and respecting people's lineage when it comes to your culture. You dig? Go down there to Jamaica and start talking about foundational Jamaicans ain't shit. Go down there and start talking about y'all on some cool shit. And you're living off Queen Nanny and the Maroons, what she did. You're living off Garvey. You're living off. Go down there to Haiti and start disrespecting Jacques Dessalines, Toussaint, Sonny Belair. Start disrespecting their ancestors and their direct lineage. Yeah, they know you African. We all African, but start disrespecting their direct lineage and see if you ain't hanging from a banana tree somewhere. You did? See if they don't hit you and slap you with some jerk chicken down there in Jamaica. Go to Nigeria and start disrespecting people over there. And see if you don't wake up with some jollof rice in your ass. You dig? See, they don't play in other countries. They don't play in other countries. But when it comes to us, y'all gotta be silent. We all African now. The hell does that mean? That means you can disrespect my lineage? You made Hidden Colors. You made 1804. How you gonna say that and then you roasting an immigrant? What the hell? What is that supposed to mean? So he gets to troll and disrespect? They don't play. They don't play. You dig? When I'm speaking about other cultures, I put respect on that culture. I put respect on Haiti when I'm talking about Haiti. and all my Haitian brothers and sisters. I put respect on their name, never disrespect. When I start traveling, when I go there, I pay homage. I'm not going there investing in their politics. Hey man, y'all don't deserve no reparations. You looking for reparations from the white man? Hey man, you really not no Haitian. You just an African that happens to be in Haiti. What? I'm not. That ain't none of my business, bro. What you call yourself ain't none of my business, bro. You see what I'm saying? I'm not over here, man. Y'all dumb for paying reparations to the French. Y'all stupid. Y'all are just lazy. People get over here and call us lazy. You have people who are on that HR 40. None of the people on HR 40 are foundational Black Americans, but they're talking about our reparations. You see what I'm saying, family? We don't get over in your country and start investing in the politics in that country and start disrespecting the people. You dig? We don't do that. You said, but why? Somebody said, but why will we disrespect each other? What do you mean by why will we disrespect each other? We're not roasting is not personal. If you're going back to roasting is not personal. That's part of our culture. It's fun and games. We're really trying to see if you a rider. We're really trying to see if you can take a joke. Roasting is not personal. You did? Roasting is not personal. If in Black kids, we learn this. Foundational Black Americans, we learn this early. I remember when somebody first roasted me, I got into a fight with him, and then the next day the niggas back roasted me. I'm like, oh shit, that shit don't do nothing. That don't do no good. You'll be fighting every day if you taking roasting personal. That's just a part of our culture. So that's not personal. You took it personal because you probably come from an immigrant background, and you were mad that that person shares your lineage. Because like the brother White Flame said, you go to these other Jamaica, other people, they have a roasting culture. They like to act like they don't know what roasting is. Oh, why did you discriminate against that brother like that? Man, y'all be roasting people all up and down in your country, saying very disrespectful things, more disrespectful than us. See, we just be really roasting on some swag shit. Like, hey man, what the hell you got on these no-lows you wearing and shit like that? We on that type of stuff. We on your shoes, on your swag. Like, damn, who the hell cut your hair, man? The brother didn't bling your fade in or nothing. Damn. You know what I'm saying? We on some swag stuff. Stuff you can get improved. You can improve your barber. You can improve putting some lotion on your hands. You can get your money game up. That ain't nothing. That's little light stuff. If anything, roast and motivate brothers over here. You did? Roast and motivate you. Next thing you know, you see this brother, he got on designer and everything. Because he tired of getting roasted. You dig? But like I say, man, that's just a part of our culture. That's part of our culture. Let me get somebody else on here live. One more live. Let me see. I'm gonna do one more live. This brother has a lot of flags in his background. Let me see what this brother has to say.
Oh,
Peace, God.
yo, peace. What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good, family. How you doing, brother? Where you
Man,
from?
from Lang City, New
I ain't
Jersey.
said okay, Jersey, OJ, Jersey. Talk to me,
Yeah,
brother. What's
yeah,
on your mind?
yeah, man. Yo, when I first heard about FBA, man, I was just like confused because, I'm a student. I like to, learn about our history and our people. Learning about, Africa and learn about, Africa in diaspora. But when I
Mm-hmm.
heard about FBA, I was just like, man, like what is he talking about? And I come from a background where my brother always roasted me. Like my
Yeah,
brother's a,
yeah,
my,
yeah.
my brother's a comedian. You know what I mean? So he like a real comedian. Like he be going to New York and doing his shows. Like he be roasting me. I be getting roasted all my life, and
Right, right.
we like FBA.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we're what I mean. Like we have my grandmother, my grandparents. They've been here
Mm-hmm.
forever.
Right, right.
And I
Respect.
and to know about FBA is like it's kind of like a respect of the lineage, like you said. It's about the lineage. It's all about the lineage. It's all about the history because a lot of people who come, to migrate in the country, like there's no respect for like the foundational Black Americans who actually have been enslaved.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's. I'm still learning about it, man. But it's a respect, man. I like it, man. I really like to hear that, man.
That's all it is, brother. Like I say, we just out. We want our respect. and for the foundational people who built this country, understanding our uniqueness. Our uniqueness is beautiful. Just like Jamaican, your uniqueness is beautiful. Haitian,
Right.
your uniqueness is beautiful. Same thing. You can still be. People try to act like you can't be a Pan Africanist and
Yeah.
and
Right.
have
Right.
come from
Right.
a certain lineage. Like, bro, what the hell? Like that don't even. That's an ideology. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I can have in foundational Black Americans. I would argue that we've been the biggest Pan Africanists by action,
Right.
letting people
Absolutely.
over, fighting and dying for people to come over. You see what I'm saying? Allowing you to
Exactly.
come in our neighborhoods. We don't even have like Black people. We spend with everybody. We
Exactly.
we
Yep.
we don't have no thing where, hey man, are you FBA? I'm keeping this money in it. We don't have no thing like that. Oh, you Black? We go to the Jamaican spot, the Nigerian restaurant. We go
Absolutely.
everywhere. You see what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
support and
Absolutely.
open up our doors, and we roast everybody. We equal with it. You see what I'm saying? A
Yeah.
lot of people talk about, hey man, I got roasted on my immigrant background. You don't talk about the other brother that we roasted, who's a foundational Black American, and we just roast him just for the fun of it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people take
Yeah.
it personal, but like I said, brother, it's all a
Even
lineage.
even in like in 1964, man, when it was 1964 when the Civil Rights Bill been passed, it's
Right,
like
right,
that opened the door. I think the sister that was just on the live that opened the door for a lot of immigrants to come in here. A
right,
lot of them.
right,
Like it
right,
was actually made it official. Now a
right,
lot of migration had came in before that year,
hmm
but it made it an official.
right,
You know
right.
what I
Because
mean?
remember, you got to remember they put a quota on African countries and African nations right after Garvey. After they kicked Garvey out around that 1924 era, they
Hmm.
they kicked who was it? Calvin Coolidge. Calvin Coolidge, the president, white racist, old white supremacist. He put quotas on Asian countries. He didn't let a lot of
Hmm.
Asians over, and he didn't let a lot of Africans over. It was that civil rights movement in the '60s that
Hmm.
had brothers and sisters being able to come back over
Right.
and
That
come in and
foundational
do.
Black Americans fought
Right,
for. Right.
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 And they did that because
Yeah.
they said they saw what Garvey did with Pan African, and they said, "Nah, we can't even have that. We can't have, and we don't want their numbers going up because we know we
Right.
already struggle with a few of them. You see what I'm saying? So we don't
Hmm.
want their numbers increasing and doing things of that nature. So that was up into the '60s when Dr. King and Malcolm, all of us we on code heavy. They
Right.
started letting
Right.
people
Right.
back over and things of that nature. You dig? But like I
Yeah.
say,
Yeah,
it's nothing
man.
personal, brother. You are. Were you born here in the United States?
Yeah. Born and raised here in the
Yeah,
United
that's what I'm
States.
saying. People know, and this is people who just to me, like even the brother on the lie that I brought up, he was laughing and joking. That
Right.
other
Right.
people started taking that out of context, talking about he a kid, dude. We
Yeah.
started getting roasted when we were like nine
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
ten, bro. A kid,
Yeah.
you getting
Yeah. I
roasted,
was. Yeah. Yeah. I stay was getting roasted, man. Like
right?
even growing up, I was raised in the Black community, man. Like they would make fun of me for me being light skinned. You know what I mean? They'd be
Come
like,
on
"Oh, you,
now,
nah, you ain't really black for real. You don't look black for real. You look Spanish." You
right,
know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Like, like,
Just a
and I,
light roast,
yeah, just a light roast,
just
man.
a
And
light
it's like,
roast.
but I stay true to myself. I never like, get it all sensitive about it, man. You know what I mean? It's all good, man. And my mom's an educator.
Right,
So like you
respect.
said, I mean, Tariq, say he's an educator, if you don't come from a background of tough skin, that's going to
Mm-hmm.
actually, that's basically he roasting you, but you also need to be enlightened as well.
Mm-hmm.
Taking all the information that you need to, you know what I mean?
Right,
And
right.
then, come back for some more heat.
Exactly, exactly.
You know what I
Get your
mean?
game up, man. Make you tougher
Yeah,
at the end of
yeah.
the day. But yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's
Yes,
right.
sir.
That's right.
Appreciate it though, God. I'm
Yeah,
gonna get you
I
off of here
respect what you're
real
doing,
quick.
man. I really respect what you're doing, bro.
Much respect. Much respect, God.
All right, peace, bro.
Peace. Yes, indeed. Like I say, man, people who calling in, man, like I say, it ain't no disrespectful thing. And people who keep making this, keep lying, oh, y'all talking about y'all ain't African. That's a lie. Stop. Stop. FBA, it's on the official site, official FBA. You can see it right there for yourself, family. Like I say, we're not telling other people they can't call themselves Jamaican. We're not telling them they can't identify with their lineage. But when we start identifying with ours, don't get in your feelings. Don't get in your feelings, family. Just have respect. We're more powerful this way. When we have a lineage and we know our history, we're more powerful this way. We're more powerful this way. You dig? Hold on one second, family. Um, Oh, I'm gonna add you. I'm gonna add you real quick. Okay, the only trade 3 he declined. Okay, see, Negroes be trolling in the chat room. Man, you lying. Get on live. Oh shit, nigga start declining. You dig? That's like, see, I'm 16. 16, you can get roasted. That's the thing, brother. So stop trolling, brother. Be respectful. Be respectful. I know when you're 16, everything fun and games, but come on now. We talking about something serious, brother. See, our young brothers, y'all got to get on code. Y'all gotta get on code, man. You dig? Y'all gotta get on code. Let me somebody asked to go live though. Uh Let me go live with somebody else real quick. Waiting for somebody to come in.
Hi, can you hear me?
Peace, God, peace. Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing very good. And yourself?
I'm doing well.
How you
Where you
doing?
from?
I'm from Maryland, and my family's also
Okay.
from Maryland as well. So I guess like
Okay,
by
okay,
definition, I'm FBA by definition.
okay.
But I do identify as like an African in America. Um,
Respect,
y-
respect,
y-
respect.
but you do make a lot of very really good points here,
Mm-hmm.
like how like Caribbeans and like continental Africans, the Coon class. I'm making that very clear. The Coon class, they come over here and like they look down on us and like, oh, well, why can't you do this? Why can't you do that? Why can't you get this together or that together? And that's just disrespect. That's plain
Mm-hmm.
disrespect. Because the
Mm-hmm.
reality is this: you and I can't go over to the Congo or Haiti or Jamaica or wherever
Right,
and tell them what to do. We can't do that
right,
because they're gonna look at us like we're crazy. They get pissed off. So it's like you
right,
said earlier. It's like a matter of respect. It's a matter of respect, and that comes before the Pan Africanism because we gotta
right.
respect each other's lineages before we come together.
Come on now. Come on now. And
Exactly.
oftentimes, like I say, it's a lot of people from outside. I had people even who were not in the United States telling us why we shouldn't call ourselves Foundation of Black American. They're in the Congo. You see what I'm saying? They're in the UK. Man, that's divisive. Brother, what this ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Respect our lineage. If Africans built the UK. The Queen of England, all her stuff is come from African people. You see what I'm saying? African wealth and riches and things of that nature. We don't go over there and start telling y'all, hey man, y'all need to just call yourself African or you can't do this, you can't do that. So, like I say, it's just a respect thing at the end of the day. And a lot of people, they are not dumb. They're playing dumb strategically. You see what I'm saying? They're playing dumb strategically because they don't want certain resources to go specifically to FBA because they've been benefiting off of our trauma for so long. You see what I'm saying? So off our movements, off our civil rights movements and things, they've been benefiting off of that. So if we start classifying saying, hey, we need something specifically for foundational Black Americans, then I really can't get my hands on that then. You see what I'm saying? So that's a lot of the game that's going on right now.
So basically, this movement is to make a distinct lineage, so that way, when reparations does happen, you know who's specifically getting it.
Right, right. And like I say, it's
Correct?
about knowledge
Okay.
itself. Yeah, it's about knowledge itself and also reparations, understanding we do come from a unique loin or a lineage. You see what I'm saying? Because for so long we've been told that we were just slaves from Africa, and we can't show what part of Africa we come from. You see what I'm saying? We could do the DNA test and things of that nature, but that's so all over the place. You do a DNA test, they give you every country in Africa. You see what I'm saying? So we have to understand we come from a unique lineage and we come from a unique group, and that group deserves specific tangibles. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. I understand. Now, I do have some questions for you about reparations because I have to go because I have to do some work.
Talk to me.
But let's
Right.
say, let's say here, let's say that you have a Black person
Mm-hmm.
and their family came over here during like the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
And they've caught hell in this country, like from Jim Crow to lynching, all the way up to the civil rights movement, up to this very day. Would they get reparations or like something, or would they get like some type of compensation? Or do you believe that? Or do you not believe that? I'm
Well,
just
let me first
curious.
say
I'm
you
just
said
asking.
18. You said 1800s because the 1800s was slavery. Still was slavery in the 1800s, or you meant
Okay,
1900s?
so like, yeah,
The
good point.
1900s.
Yeah,
Okay, so you saying if you went through Jim Crowism, which is a form of slavery, and you went through the civil rights movement and things of that nature, mass incarceration, what we still have today of police brutality. My thing is reparations. We're dealing with reparations starting with the first atrocity of this country, which was
okay,
slavery.
yeah,
So no, you
of
could
course.
not entangle in those benefits. Now later on down the line, because we plan on getting them for everything. Nothing goes unpaid. You see what I'm saying? Nothing goes unpaid. So we plan on getting them for everything. But as far as reparations for enslavement of our people, you wouldn't apply to that because you came after that, just out of respect. Just like
Okay,
I can't move to the Congo now and get reparations from Belgium for what Leopold did in the 1900s. Even though I came from a
right.
trauma background and stuff like that, that's only right. I know a lot of people might get emotional, like, oh, we went through stuff too. We'll get that later. You'll probably be in the back end. You did, but right now when we dealing with reparations for slavery, you can't be pertaining to that.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Thank you.
Right, right, right.
All right, all right.
All right.
Another question before I go.
Okay.
Let's say, an enslaved African in America, they were enslaved here, but they went like but their family escaped slavery and went up to like Canada, Haiti, Nova Scotia, right? So you even had enslaved people going back to Africa, like even after slavery ended, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes down to them, I guess like the same question. Would they also be included
What?
in that reparations plan?
So you're saying if they say they were enslaved here, but they escaped and went
Yeah,
other
like into different
places,
countries. Yeah.
that'll be an interesting conversation. I would say that'll be a very complicated question because then you have to say we say we're FBA, we're foundational Black Americans, and when we say foundational Black Americans, we're talking about of the United States of America. You dig?
Of
And you're not
course.
a part of the United States of America. You might be in the Caribbean or something, but you were still part of the foundation of this country. That's something we'll probably have to
Mhm.
work into the detail. I would say yes, but again, I'm not a spokesperson for FBA. You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
So
yeah,
that'll be something
yeah,
that when we sit down at the table, yeah, people who we choose, like Dr. Claude Anderson, who sit down at the table, that'll be something we have to work out because when we say FBA, we're talking about foundational Black Americans, really of the United States, and you're not part of that anymore. Because then what we have is we have a lot of people who will start, hey man, I used to live in the United States and be paying
uh,
reparations to people in Ireland and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying?
right.
So
Hmm.
right. But
Yeah, I
respect.
just wanted to see. Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to see like where you were. I
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed this conversation.
Much respect.
Keep it up. I had to check out your books, Voice of the Ancestors, because I see you have
Yeah.
some really good content on there. So yeah.
Yeah, much respect.
Peace, my brother. Yeah. Have a good
Peace.
evening.
Peace, God. Thank you for calling. Okay. Shout out to our sister. She has some very good questions. Absolutely. I would support Dr. Claude Anderson. You know, I don't believe in having any leaders. I think when we say leaders, we put targets on people's back. But I would definitely support Dr. Claude Anderson being a spokesperson to a certain degree or speaking, especially when it comes to an economic side. Because, you know, he used to have a thing, he said Native Black American. You dig? And a lot of let me see, our scholarship comes off of what he laid out in books like Black Labor, White Wealth, and things of that nature. Somebody said, "Add me, please." Brother's been waiting to add. Brother Karen Clark, I already talked to you, brother. I already talked to you the other day, so I'm trying to get some people that I haven't talked to. No disrespect, no disrespect. I'm trying to get some people that I haven't talked to. Call in. Somebody's waiting to connect. Peace, God.
How you doing, man?
Good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yo, I can't cap. You're gonna have to forgive me. I kind of just did it for the hell of it, but it's a pleasure to be on the call real quick. You feel me?
Much respect, much respect.
Yeah. So I guess while we're on the topic, I wanted to figure out what you were talking about reparations. That's what you guys had going.
We were talking about really foundational Black Americans. You did. We're talking about foundational Black Americans. Part of that is a reparation claim. Part of that is just understanding knowledge of self and identifying our lineage and being proud of our lineage. Like other people who are Jamaican, they're proud of their Jamaican lineage. For
Yeah,
so
word.
long, we've been just told we just African. We just over here. You ain't got no lineage. You see what I'm saying? So we're identifying that lineage now. The groups who are involved in that lineage, and we going from there.
That's what's up. That's amazing, bro.
Respect.
Okay, that's amazing. Yeah, I gotta tap in with a lot of your works. I've been following for about a month now.
Oh, appreciate that, guy. Yeah, make sure you tap in, man, and you know, get those books for the knowledge, wisdom, and information, because you know we got to have the hard copy of the information. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people like just listening, but you know it's important that we have the sources, the hard copy, and things like that moving forward. Where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta.
Okay, damn, everybody in Atlanta. Okay, shout out to you. I'm in Atlanta too, so shout out to you.
Cool, bro. I was gonna ask you where you was from. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm definitely from Atlanta, so you know, much love and respect.
for sure. Well, with that being said, I'm gonna give the chat to something a little bit more intentional. So I'm thankful, bro. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, brother. Let me ask you real quick. What's up with the picture in the background?
Oh yeah, you know what this? I skateboard, bro. So it's a hold
Okay,
on. But look, it's you feel me? He's getting made fun of though. It's not you
okay.
know.
Respect.
Come on,
Respect. Okay.
come on, yeah. So, but
Respect.
yeah,
Respect. I just had to, you know what I'm saying? I had to, you know what I'm saying? Because I was feeling agent vibes. I was like, oh, shit, I'm on here. This nigga done
nah, bro.
forgot to clean up
Nah.
his wall or something. I was getting agent vibes. I was like, all right, let me hurry up and get off him. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying? Nah, but respect. Nah, even if you had, listen, even if you had the white Jesus up there, I wasn't going to get on you like that, bro. But I
yeah,
just had to make sure and check, you know what I'm saying? Because it's about being on cold, man. Yes, indeed. But peace, brother. Good talking to you.
yes, sir. Thank you.
Right. You had to make sure. Good brother. You did good, brother. But like I say, family, I'm about to get off of here. Apologize if I couldn't get everybody's calls, but I just wanted to feel of the people. You know what I'm saying? And it turns out it looks like nobody really, other than people just trolling in the chat room, who won't get on when you say get on. You dig? Everybody pretty much is getting a better understanding of what foundational Black Americans are. And now, like I said again, I'm a foundational Black American family. I don't speak for all foundational Black Americans. So some people might have a difference of opinion. Some people might say the slave trade didn't exist. I'm not one of them people. You dig? But I do identify with my lineage, and the lineage that is described on the official FBA site. You see what I'm saying? So I can't speak for everybody, you dig? But I'm speaking for myself in my lineage, and I just wanted to clear up a lot of things because I was seeing a lot of other things in the chat room, you did. But like I said, make sure y'all go get Voice of the Ancestors Volume 1 and 2, my books. Click that link in the bio, get the hard copy of the information, family. Go get that ASAP. Like I said, I'll put this live up. I'll probably just keep it on my page, hopefully, because I don't think IG will take it down. They be taking a lot of my lives down and be flagging my page. But like I said, family, until next time, peace and Black power